So we are live now. I am live with Josh from TED Crypto. Um, but for close friends, you are Lewis. But I think I'm not there yet. Yeah, you're because you.
You can call me Louis. It's fine.
Oh, so I wanted to speak to you. Be- well, not only because of this, but yesterday there was some discussion on the Twitter about me running white label validator, and in regards to nomic, because you have your node on the nomic under ted crypto, and you also manage my node, right? So some people had the issues with that. I'm not sure if I will be able to find it. So I would like to address this, and of course your lotto, and how your plans with the with getting some funds to actually starting it more. By the way, what you've been up to?
So lately, I guess this week has been like a lot of upgrades. So we upgraded Stargaze, so the Bad Kids node, Evmus as well. There was a couple of hiccups on Evmus. There was some issues with the peers and how the blocks were being created so fast that some of the validators were actually missing some blocks. But I think it got there in the end with a couple of tuning to the configurations. What else? I've been fixing some of the Lotto issues that I had lately, mostly due to the upgrades that we did to the nodes and the RPC servers and etc. So because some of them went down and there was a couple
Mhm,
of issues and it was bringing the website down as well. So I
mhm,
tried to make them more redundant. So if one of the nodes is down, it doesn't bring the website down basically. So
mhm.
um, and Nomic, yeah. So Nomic was updated as well. So
And I want to start with this because something happened with nomic, um and a lot of validators got jailed. Let me
yeah. So
let me let,
Nomic,
let, let
Evmos as well. So there was a couple of validators
oh, so
that got jailed.
evmos also got jailed, but I want to. Mm, oh, they already seems to redelegated maybe from this, but there was around 10 validators that got actually jailed on Nomic.
Mhm.
So what was exactly the issue? What they overlooked?
I don't think they look at all. That seems to be the issue. So if the validator doesn't update the node, it basically can sign blocks and then it goes down.
So you think they simply did not, like, they did not participate even in the upgrade?
Yeah, I don't think so. So I think most of these because the upgrade on Nomic was incredibly easy. So and you could
Okay.
actually do it beforehand. So on Nomic, the way it
Yeah.
works is because they are rewriting the code into Rust. It works completely different from the other nodes. So on the other nodes, you need to be there and you need to update the binary on time so you can sign the
Yeah.
blocks and everything works fine. On Nomic, they actually were very clever. So they basically, the new version was included on the old binary, so you could update even before the update was needed.
Hmm.
So, for example, I think for me and you, I grabbed the binary a couple of days before, and when the time came, basically the binary was responsible to switch the configurations, and everything was working fine. So yeah, those validators that actually miss the update was they were actually basically not paying attention to the announcements made by the Nomic team, and I guess they missed the upgrade window.
I thought they did like some silly mistake, because now as the nomic validators uh sign two transaction hashes. Is it correct? Like, one is the nomic
Hmm.
and the other is Bitcoin transactions, right? Is it
Yeah,
correct?
but that is optional. So the Nomic signer, which is going to sign requests come from the bridge from the Bitcoin, that is optional. So validators should be running that uh, all the time as they
Yeah.
run the node, but it's something optional. It's not something that would bring the validator down. I don't think so.
Okay. So you think they just like did not appear on the update? They like just didn't care, which is a little bit crazy because I saw there is Vitval. They had over 50,000 nomics delegated to them, and it's quite ridiculous that someone
I
like
think
just don't.
I think with Val was missing some Evmos blocks as well. I don't know if they
Right.
fixed the issue, but so yeah, maybe I don't know. If you want, basically you have a window to upgrade your validator. If you don't, then you are going to miss blocks, and eventually you are going to be jail.
Yeah.
And I
Because
think it's
I.
important for the validators to be there on time. So it's like Juno. So Juno
Mhm.
yesterday, and if you ever seen any Game of Nodes episodes, you would see that Frey actually mentioned that some of the validators are not even on the Discord, and the communication gets really tricky because if a upgrade needs to be done, then the validator needs to be there, and
Yeah.
if it's like was on Juno, basically it needed to be like an urgent upgrade, and if some validator is not there, then it becomes a problem.
Yeah. How do you deal with that? Let's say there would be upgrade at 2 a.m. of your time. Like,
I need to be awake, or I need to find someone that I
yeah,
trust and I know that are doing to
but you
upgrade.
still do have day job, right? This is validated, it's not your full-time job, so that's actually not ideal for the people who still have the day jobs, right?
Yeah, if obviously if there was actually a massive issue and I would need to spend more time than I actually needed, that would be annoying for me. But yeah, but I guess the upgrades lately have been running just fine. I think Juno is the only one that
Yeah.
actually causing some hiccups there and
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. There was some drama with Evmos recently. Also, that a lot of top validators are selling rewards. Right. That was the and
Hmm.
some sort of witch hunt started, and I want to start from this in relation maybe to me. But do you think that maybe because of this some validators know that there will be a witch hunt, that they fear if they disclose they sell the rewards, people will simply be angry at them, which
Yeah,
yeah.
I think right now delegators feel that way. I would feel that way if I saw a validator selling more than it needs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe as a delegator, I would feel that way as well. But in the end of the day, like as many people say, like is their money, they can do whatever. I don't know. It's a tricky question. Right now on
Yeah.
TED Crypto, I can tell you what TED Crypto is doing. So basically on TED Crypto, because I have this other job and I have a partner which also invests on TED Crypto. Basically, if I need to buy or rent another node,
Mm-hmm.
um, we usually do these in shares, in parts, in equal parts. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, and because me and him, we both work at full-time jobs elsewhere,
Mm-hmm.
we basically are not selling any rewards. So our vision for crypto is actually we are the money that we spend on nodes and etc. running our infrastructure etc. We are
Yeah.
considering it as a long-term investment. So uh, yeah, maybe in a 4 years time or something like that, we would come back and see if we actually
Yeah.
needed to sell
But I
something.
was checking. I think you could profit like, I don't know, 1K or 2K. Let's say you are not big validator. You're like number 70 or something. I mean, could be worse, could be better. But
Yeah.
you could have like 2K, which is pretty good for starting validator. Why you don't really profit, upgrade something? I don't know.
So you mean, for example, on Infamous, I think we are getting there on that size of if we
Yeah.
were to sell all the rewards that we got it, we've got to get a good sum. But then again, uh, we are investing on Lotto, so we are actually taking
Yeah.
a chunk of our rewards and put it on Lotto to give back to delegators. And again, because we just simply don't need it, why would we
Yeah.
sell? It's like because I think we believe in Evmus, so we are
Yeah.
considering these investments as long-term investments. So we are waiting for the token to get
Hmm.
higher and
Hmm.
higher. And
So you are on right now Evmos, Nomic, Cerebrus, you still there? And be sorry as
Cerberus.
of now, but yeah, Cerberus.
So
So
on
yeah.
Cerberus, I'm there. Also on testnet as well. For Cerberus, I speak with Girion,
I
the
don't
guy.
know anything about them. Like
Yeah.
just,
For now, I think it could be really cool. They are going to get add smart contracts now. They could even go. Probably, if I were Cerberus, I would
yeah.
probably go into, I don't know, a password handler software kind of thing, like to on blockchain. I think would be nice, like having it encrypted somehow. And
I think the problem is get the validators. Many validators left. So like
a couple of
that's
them, but
the
I think we are still on 90. So from the 100
oh so
allowed,
and you offer a cool thing, but let's go back to Evmos because Ted Lotto, right? So this is it sounds like gambling that someone can participate, but it doesn't really cost money. So
yeah.
how big chunk of the rewards you put into the lotto
I think at the
now?
moment we are putting 60% of our rewards
Six.
into back 60.
Okay, that's cool because I thought you say 20, and I wanted to say no. I think you should increase to 40 or something like this
I
because
think I think I
I
said
thought
40, and I think you said something like I would put everything just to increase.
yeah, because just to get this initial hype rolling, right? And because I really want to make clear that the cool thing that you offer in here. Let me share the screen. I'm not sharing my wallet, so there is no tickets. This is the jackpot. So if someone could hit the jackpot, they can win over 3,000 evmos. So as of now, that would be like close to 8,000, around
It's
8,000 maybe.
Yeah, it's more than
Uh,
8,000. So
okay. So just seems evmos doing really well. And for each 10 tokens that person delegate to you, they get one ticket. But
yeah,
also before anyone hopes get too high, it's very difficult to hit the jackpot, right?
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's very so
So the
it
odds are actually on the documentation, so you could actually see. But I think it's the odds is one ticket to 60
mhm.
million. I think so.
um
That there
what
is a
did anyone ever hit the jackpot in another network of yours?
no.
Okay, so the
But
chances
we are
are
not running this
very
for. Yeah, it's very very high. It needs to be. Come on, like you are getting. You can really simply go and win 10,000 pounds,
yeah. What if within
dollars like that.
but what if within 2 years no one will hit the jackpot? Will you consider to tweaking this a little bit more to
Yeah,
actually
definitely. Yeah.
so
So
okay, that's the testing. Yeah, okay.
and the if we get to like I don't know 30K, which is what I'm hoping to get to, um, you will see like a lot of adaptions and a lot of people participating and a lot of tickets. So eventually, you are going to give hand out a lot of prizes.
Yeah.
And I think
I
that
want
the idea that I have for Lotto is not to for people to win jackpot. Obviously, that would be like fantastic if you were like a delegator and actually win the jackpot. But if you think on, you just simply stake as you normally do for every other chain, and you go and fetching those small prizes like $1, $2,
Mhm,
and that you can stake again and create more and can create more
mhm,
tickets, and so increasing your price. And you see, it's like eventually you're going to be a delegator that you're going to receive
mhm.
um, a couple more
Yeah.
rewards back from the delegation that you are doing with that crypto. So yeah,
Actually,
that's the idea.
what you were saying that you want to keep it kind of like not let it grow too big, right? But yeah,
Yeah,
I just want to say, which is but before that, so I know because someone told me that orbital apes give 50% of their rewards to the owners of NFTs. But the
Hmm.
other cool thing that you do, you put 60% of the rewards to the lotto, letting, like, which is not equally distributed, but someone has chances to win even much more. And I want to say, I'm winning every week. It was
There
like
you
once
go.
was 0.75 evmos, then the for
Mhm.
other 2 weeks I think it was 0.25, which is nothing, but it's still
It's
okay.
something. Yeah, it's
It's,
something.
I
It's like,
mean, it's, I don't, it doesn't change my life, but
but
it is
it can
kind
definitely
of,
pay you. It can definitely pay you a coffee
yeah. And you share the, so it's basically you share the commission with stakers.
with all
So
the alligators.
that's
Yeah.
why I want to say, because this is like really cool thing that you actually do this. So what will happen if this jackpot grow to 50,000 fmos? What then you do?
So the prices are going to increase as well. So because the way that I made Lotto is basically a percentage is calculated from the jackpot value.
Hmm.
So if it gets bigger and bigger, the prices are going to get bigger and bigger as well. So
Hmm.
you are talking about 0.75 now, but if it gets to 50, then will probably mean like 10 EVMOS or 20 EVMOS,
Hmm.
and things are going to balance them out. So the bigger the jackpot, the
Yeah.
bigger the prizes. So probably the bigger the delegations, and the bigger the delegations, the
Hmm.
more value we are going to put on Lotto. So things tends to balance them out, and is like
Hmm.
a perfect ecosystem for a validator to give to the delegators as well. So if I grow, delegators' prices grow as well. Um Later on, I intend to in terms of the decentralization, someone could mention this is a problem because everyone is going to delegate with that crypto. But if we get to, say, top 20 or top 10, we are going to invite other validators to participate. So the way that I created that lotto is actually to allow more than one validator to be taken in consideration. So let's say that we got to top 10, then I'm going to ask I don't know, Echo Stake, for example, if he's not on the top 20, if he wants to participate, if he says yes, then all delegators from Echo Stake would be able to connect their wallet to that crypto, and I would create tickets for them as well, without
That's
having
really,
them to redelegate to that crypto.
that's really amazing, because with that you could have at some point, of course there is no 200 but if the validator pool grow, you could have essentially end game of hundreds of validators participating in the game, even if someone wants to put 5% of the stake, but you can adjust it and give them equivalent of the wallets they would sorry, if they put only, like, let's say you would put 50% of your commission, and they delegate, or they decided that they will put 5%, you can tweak it, and for example they receive one ticket for 100 fmos instead of 10 to actually equalize that, right? So
Right now, the
that would
system
be
doesn't allow that, but yeah, could be
okay.
a solution.
But that
There's
would be
like a
fair, because with that, if the eco stake, let's say, would be giving only 5% of that and they have equal chances, that's unfair towards you, isn't
Well,
it?
but the thing was be to actually promote decentralization as well. So we are
Okay,
actually doing
right.
this with
Okay.
Epic because we want people to delegate with them. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think
Right,
I
that's
think
cool.
I think would be fine because otherwise it would be like incentivizing people to delegate with that crypto for them to
Yeah.
actually get the whole value out of the
Hmm.
stake that they are doing. So if our goal here is actually uh, real decentralization, then you would offer the same things that you offer for that crypto.
Hmm.
To answer LJ, we it's 60% of the commissions that we take from the commissions of our
Yeah.
delegators. So
So
60%
so
is going to Lotto.
sorry, it's bright. I'm gonna darken this a little. So essentially, like, you have 5% commission, so 3% is actually going to the lotto, and 2% to you, which is probably the most of any validator that does on evmos. So it's really really cool. Like, Maxi saying, give me a lot of evmos. I don't have that much. I have 600 something evmos. I um I I think maybe I'm compounding a little bit daily, and most of that is with Ted, and a little bit I think 140 is with Polkachu. I just like Polkachus. That's
Yeah, Bokashi is amazing.
But it was only because, remember, I couldn't redelegate the first day to use, so I was stuck with Polkachu. So then, as you already ended in the active set, so there was no um
No, Bokashi is something is an validator that I would definitely recommend. I think
yeah,
those are the hidden heroes of proof of stake. I think because they basically um,
yeah.
they run a lot of tools that validators need. So
Mm-hmm.
I
um
can remember a time that I actually went to the Pokeshoe website just to grab some snapshot or something for to start
mhm.
and spin a
Yeah,
node. So that's really good.
I'm impressed how they are able to manage having so much on their heads. But I do like Polkachu is one of my favorite, and they have very low fees as well. Like they actually started on Cosmos Hub with zero fees, and I told them, hey, do 1%, because you will be excluded from people will avoid you because they will be excluded from the snapshots. So they changed to 1%, but they do a lot of work despite keeping very low fees. um
Yeah,
but I wonder, like, let's say the pool for Lotto grows to like 10 millions. I would still recommend you to not decrease the share too much, because I think if someone one day could win like multi-million dollar pool, although it would ruin the jackpot, the fact that, like, you would get so much delegations after that, because that would be like free marketing. Like, hey, someone who has just two tickets on Ted Lotto, right? Like some small guy, like, would win like 5 million. That's like amazing marketing, right? I think.
yeah. But again, you are thinking as a seller, and
Yeah,
you like because you don't really want to hold all the power for you. So it always has to go into having
yeah,
some balancing and that on that balancing you also doesn't want to give like 5 million to a single person because probably they could dump
marketing.
but they could dump the tokens on the market and would like decrease the token value as well and it could be like I don't know if people would be happy with that as well so you need to balance all this stuff I
But
don't
I
think we
think
would ever get to millions of dollars in
I
lotto.
I think the fact that how to say it. Well, if the network value increases, right, and within few years, maybe that few million wouldn't matter for the market, right? If Evmos would become multi-billion-dollar chain or something, of course, that just
Mhm.
we don't know. Zaid is asking. Zaid, thank you for again being here. Can a validator run away with funds in proof of stake? So
Yeah,
I think what he's asking, because that would be assumption of many people, that you delegate to someone and they actually take custody on your funds,
yeah, that is not
which is
true.
absolutely not true, right? And it's
No, that
impossible.
yeah, it's impossible.
Uh,
So the only you could offer uh, grant someone permissions on a specific
mhm,
wallet, and they could have access to your assets. But uh, when it comes to proof of stake, basically, when you are delegating in tokens to a validator, you still own that money,
yeah.
and validators cannot do anything with it. Uh, they
So
just you are just helping the validator because they are going to take some commissions out of your rewards. So the network when it's going to split the rewards, they are going to send you let's say 100 tokens and 10 tokens are going to the validator.
mhm. So for anyone wondering, like, your funds are safe delegating to validators, whoever you're gonna delegate to. Just like it depends on the fees, and of course the validator could get jailed. So this is why you want maybe validator who is present and who care about network. Because I was raising this issue, and the same, and like we have example with Nomic, because I see a lot of validators spinning up new nodes, and I spoke to you. What if there is 200 chains, right? And most of these chains are not profitable. Humans will not care. Like, I wouldn't care if if I validate the chain that I have no attachment and it doesn't bring me funds. I wouldn't give a crap. So I think we should focus to only validate the chains that we really care and we are engaged, right? Like,
Yeah, so that's why you see sometimes you don't
mhm,
see proposals getting to the even to the quorum needed, or
yeah,
yeah, or some
mhm,
urgent upgrade that is needed.
mhm,
For example, again, Juno, and the validator is not there, so it delays the whole thing and actually puts the chain into risk because
yeah.
if it could be halted. Um, so yeah,
What have are you very present on Twitter? Did you see the recent escapades of Jacob
no.
or no? Him arguing with like Interchain Foundation on the hub. I was like,
Yeah, I
crazy.
saw a couple of tweets from him regarding that.
Yeah.
So the ICF has delegations to actually jail validators, and
Oh, is it?
yeah, there was a couple of tweets from me. Was it? Did I miss the point? I
You
think
know, Jacob tweets so much that sometimes I might like and retweet, but I don't even read that. I'm just going on with the flow. But I need to be careful because I was thinking, he's sometimes so persuasive with his tweets, because like, I'm not perfect, I make angry many people, but I need to keep the balance to make sure that people still talk to me. If you go too far and people stop talking to you, this is the kind of end game. So like I hope that Jacob like can manage that so he's not perceived in like that very negative light. I would say that to him probably. um you also do the other thing. You just created Ted Crypto bot.
yeah, on Twitter just for fun. So basically, I saw a couple of tweets of people asking how much IPR is EVMOS, or how much IPR is Cerberus or Persistence or Atom. Um, so that kind of information is already present on Mintscan and
So,
other websites. And actually, EcoState, Tom from EcoState, is offering that information as part of an API. So the
mhm,
beauty of these APIs things is that you can basically create an application and go and fetch the data that you need. So I
mhm.
thought like, yeah, maybe I should do that. So I created a
So
boot.
how you do it? Tell me how to
It's
do it.
hat Ted Crypto bot.
Add Ted
Yeah, that
Crypto
one.
bot. Yeah.
APR, and then
Network,
persist
right?
even, but yeah,
Persistence. Okay. Okay.
can be any chain.
Evmos because the number is high.
And you wait a little bit, and
Where is
see
it?
Twitter is going
It
to
didn't.
reply. No,
It
I
didn't work.
think but takes time to reply. So
Okay. Oh, it's already there. Okay. Current APR for Evmos is 528.86%. Let's test again. Ted CryptoBot Juno, right? No,
APR,
APR Juno.
Juno.
So yeah, like if you wonder and you don't want to go into Kepler and you just want, quickly get into this is cool thing. Did you copy this somewhere? Did
No,
you see it somewhere or did you write it yourself?
I wrote it myself. So
Hey, is
yeah,
it
so
correct? That's not 70, but the Kepler shows more, like 90%. I think it.
that's the Tom's was very smart. So basically, is like calculating the APR based on the by his words. If I'm not sure if I'm gonna basically that the APR is the calculated one on the future. So basically, is not what it is right now. It is what is currently unbounded and having other stuff in consideration. So it's a
Okay.
more realistic APR than the one that you get on Kepler.
Okay. Okay, that's really cool. So for anyone who wonder and is not sure how to get this, and you write it in the JavaScript, right? Uh,
Yeah, it's TypeScript actually. So, but it is yeah, they everything is like related to Java, JavaScript,
mhm.
TypeScript, Node.js.
I, w-
Um,
I, w- I want to ask about this because JavaScript is not your strongest one, right?
no,
Uh
but
you said,
yeah, it's something that I'm very comfortable with.
and
So
you said your one is, sorry for forgetting this.
PHP.
Okay, yours PHP, and you comfortable with.
I love
Okay,
PHP.
okay. So like I never heard anyone like developing on blockchain in PHP.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's actually funny because I think I'm probably the only one that,
yeah,
that
maybe
but
that would be
the
useful.
but the beauty of having languages like PHP and stuff like that is like
Mm-hmm.
and Cosmos is like you have the APIs, so it's pretty easy to can choose the languages you really want. So Loto
Yeah.
is actually everything is done on PHP.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm
I
basically
wonder.
connecting to the APIs on the background and fetching the
Mm-hmm.
data and showing to the customer.
Mm-hmm.
Usually TypeScript and all that stuff. The the beauty of TypeScript is that is more interactive. So you don't actually have to go to the server to fetch some data. You could do from the browser itself, from the client browser, and you fetch the data as you need it. On PHP, it
Mm-hmm.
kind of happens on the background, so it happens on the back end, and I offer
Yeah.
you the data.
I I was I was wondering about JavaScript because I can't write line of code. I'm actually complete. I know nothing. Like, we probably established that million times. But when I read about JavaScript, even I type into Google JavaScript, there is automatically popping why JavaScript is bad, or
Yeah,
stuff like this, right? It's considered like as this basic shit.
yeah.
Um, and
But
so I hear it. So what's bad about JavaScript? Tell me.
yeah, so that's JavaScript. That there is a derivation from Java. So I think, yeah, if you were a developer, you would know that the many issues with the JavaScript, which basically is the way that they define some of the context. For example, you could have like if you were checking if some value was empty, you would tell it like if zero is empty, then it will go true. If a string is empty, then it will go true. If you compare an empty string equals to zero, it would say it's like false. But both things are empty. So
Mm-hmm.
you see what I mean? Like if you were a developer, it would make a lot more sense. And there is actually an YouTube video that you
Mm-hmm.
can search, and it's very funny because they go into like all these small issues with JavaScript that doesn't make sense at all.
So.
And yeah, a lot of derivations came after JavaScript, so and now Java,
Mm-hmm.
so TypeScript and Node.js, etc. They are like different compilers, and
Mm-hmm.
they work better than JavaScript. JavaScript is like the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
work amazing for do that kind of animations, etc. Changing, I don't know, elements, but yeah,
So despite, like everyone said this, but still everyone seem like it's not like I meet already few people and they say, oh, JavaScript is my strongest. Why
is
JavaScript?
is really not the strongest. I probably I don't think anyone would say like JavaScript is my thing. It's probably they probably meant like Node.js or TypeScript. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so for example, Restake app is Node.js, so is everything JavaScript, Java, etc. They are like very related to one another,
Mm-hmm.
but they are completely different when it comes to actually interpret code and
Mm-hmm.
run them.
But is the so but with Agoric, it's JavaScript, right? Is or they make
Uh,
some. Do you
I
know?
sorry, I know that you mentioned Agoric for me a couple of times, but I didn't have time to actually check them. So
Okay. Oh, you still didn't check Agoric.
no,
You,
no.
you, you have to because I do want to be validator there, so we will try to attack this one. I attack is like such a, we are trying, like, sorry for the delay on with Cosmos, because Takumi said he will help, but then he say and disappear, and no delegation. But I hope it will happen so we don't have to carry on empty node, because people need to know it costs $80 a month, which I still didn't pay you for. Like, I mean, we share half half, right? We share 50-50. So that,
Mhm.
so the people can know. But so there was the discussion yesterday that I want to hit upon, uh, that you run my node, and that's the problem, because that's the Sybil attack, or maybe some other issue. And this is the thing, which the same with, maybe the reason why more people doesn't come out and say that someone else ran for them the white label brand validator, is because of scrutiny. So I'm here, and it's like, I don't matter. I'm like actually so small that I think that people try to find something on me. Maybe I make them angry. So is it the problem? Is there, could there be a security issue? The dangers with consensus, the way we do it?
I think I don't know. So basically, I think before we get in there, we should probably explain why Sybil attack. So Sybil attack is when, let's
Hmm.
say, one person tries to simulate to be different parties, and obviously that person is going to hold all that power. So let's say that me as TED crypto validator, I would create, I don't know, validator A, validator B, validator C, and all of them was going to have like different goals and ideals. And so to incentivize people to delegate with them, and because me, I'm the owner of all of the power.
Hmm.
I could basically put a proposal and say to stop the halt to the chain like Cerberus. So Cerberus, there was a proposal on Cerberus to stop the chain, and
Hmm.
if it has passed, and most of the delegators, most of the voting power said like the chain is not useful, so we should quit. Then we probably would quit by then.
Hmm.
Um, so that is the problem. So that would be a cyber attack, and I think it could go bigger to the point that if I don't do a upgrade on validator A, B, and C, and if you were on the top 10, would probably cause a lot of problems to the chain and
Hmm.
could probably cause an alt. That's the problem. Actually, that's the problem with the centralization and
Hmm.
that delegators needs to have. Like if I put too much money on apes, if I put too much delegations on apes on Evmos, for example, if
Hmm.
apes doesn't update their node, we could cause an halt on the whole chain just because one of the validators didn't upgrade. That's an issue. So going back to the problem that was raised yesterday on Twitter, so basically I have TED Cryptonomic. I started the node first, and then a couple hours after, Tom reached out to me and asked if, because he was going to have some support from Golden Ratio stake. Actually, we got the support from Golden Ratio as well. So the first thing that I told Don was like, I'm sure I can help you run the node there. It's super easy. Actually, I'm very familiar with the dynamic. But before we go to that, we need to make it very clear to Golden that I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one to run your node as well because I don't want him to think that I was trying to get support on both of nodes. So Golden was very open to it, all of that, and we were
Yeah,
very
I
clear and very
mentioned
transparent with
this
it.
first, that hey, you run my node, right? Like I
Yeah,
don't
so
want
we
to
were
hide
very
anything.
transparent to him, and even yesterday when the problems appear, I rushed towards Golden Races, trying to. I didn't mention your name. I don't want to drag you into this drama.
Yeah.
But if this is a problem at all, just let me know, and we would take like more uh, measures and
Hmm.
to fix the issue. But actually, his opinion was like, this is just one delegator, this is one person. Don't make a big deal out of it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So So that was good to have that kind of support from him. So yeah, basically I'm running Ted Crypto and you are running Dawn. It could be an issue if I were to go into your node and
Hmm.
vote on things for you. Uh, there would be like a single entity running for both, and yeah, that's not healthy. So and
Where are you?
even before the problems start to appear,
Right.
even not mentioned on Twitter, that never crossed my mind. So
Hmm.
I actually never crossed like, oh yeah, this could be understood as a cyber attack because on my naivety is like for me it's like I don't know. I'm just trying to help. I'm just giving
Hmm.
Don a voice, and yeah,
I
there is so many validators that are the top one, the bottom ones. They are not even very being vocal or anything like that. They are being very passive and I don't know. It feels like when you have people like Don on a chain, it's beneficial for everyone, isn't it? Like so, I don't know.
I mean,
And
I'm
people,
engaged with Nomic. There will be another interview. So, but I want to tell, like, look, if I don't get help from Josh, I probably will not run the node. I was speaking to some other people, and also cost wise, they would offer me like high costs, or maybe I could afford it for a few months, and maybe I would get big financial support from them, like with the delegations or so. But you were like, hey, I don't want anything, I just can help you. So I was like, oh, I want to do it with you. But the answer is, if I would not get help with you, I probably would not run the node. And I make the content. I make $50 a month on the content. I love to be engaged. I want to be engaged. I don't know how long it would take me to learn doing that stuff.
yeah, and the person on Twitter actually suggested you to run the node, and then I started thinking on why would someone that is already providing content to Cosmos and Chain, why would you feel the need to actually learn how to run the nodes? It's like why? It's like you know what I mean?
Mm,
Like you're already
yeah,
providing content. Why can't you like a validator that already has that kind of knowledge
yeah.
do that service for you?
So
I couldn't. I don't know. It doesn't make
yeah,
sense to
and it's
me.
it's
I
like,
understand the risk, but it doesn't make sense.
yeah. So like I do a lot of content, and like, and probably this person want me to have bare metal here on my desk, right? Like I'm not sure, which I understand the problem. But even if, like, I want to say, I actually messaged my friend who is slightly more technical, and I say, hey, could you spend a year to learn being validator? But like, you know a lot, you have these checkups on Telegram. I know you are really like careful doing what you do. The upgrades are done. Here is your face, and this is my trust between your trust also, because LJ saying not your keys, not your note. Yes, Josh has my keys, and I have the keys as well. Um, and this
Yeah.
is
So
what's the
even yet,
difference with custodian? Like, let's say this is the partnership between me and you, and I have, let's say, the written or unwritten contract between me and Josh, who is custodian or of these keys, and we operate. Don Kryptonium is Don Marcin Mikus and Josh, which
yeah.
is
So
there.
so yeah. So to answer Jay, I actually every node that I run for Dawn, even bad kits. The first thing that I did it was basically this is your keys. This is the files that you need to run the node. If everything happens to me, if everything
Yeah.
happens to the server, you can start the node elsewhere. You just need to have someone to. So actually, the node is is from Dawn. The only thing that I'm doing is bootstrapping it. And because I'm bootstrapping it, I will have obviously the configurations files, the initial files.
Mhm.
Uh, but um, but I always give that to Don. So I don't hold that to myself. That's one of the things that I was very clear to Don was like, I'm not going to participate in any governance. You are solely responsible for all that stuff. All that I'm going to do for you is to make sure that your validator is signing.
Was the one that you sent me yesterday, because I still didn't now know. Was it the Cosmos or Nomic? Because
Nomic.
Nomic has no. Oh, but it has. Okay, but it has no wallet. How does it work?
Yeah, so the way they created, they have like this Orga wallet. In theory, by the stuff that I sent you, if you download the binary from Nomic, you would be able to access your wallet.
Hmm.
But it would require some technical thing for you. So basically,
And
you need
with
to,
yeah, and
yeah,
with claiming, because we cannot claim rewards, you think it's gonna change, or there is the way of
you can
doing
claim
it?
the rewards. You can basically send them. You can claim and stake. You cannot send them.
Oh, so okay, okay, so the sending
So
is
you
necessary.
when you said it to me like,
Okay.
can we stake the rewards? I said like to you, no, I'm not going to your server every day to stake the
Yeah, so
rewards.
actually, like, because it's two of us. If there is one of us, they can use the same address to restake it, right? But it's going.
Yeah. So the files that I sent you yesterday, they actually gave you access to that wallet if you want. You
Hmm.
basically
Hmm.
would need to download the binary, run the binary first, and then copy the
Yeah,
Warga wallet to your
yeah.
folder, and then you would have access to the wallet, and you could
So,
like claim the rewards and stake them if you want to do
so
that.
I want to say, because like LJ also saying I'm more than capable. I'm not capable of running my own node, at least not now. Trust me when I say this. Some people overstating maybe who am I? I'm like a very simple guy who has no technical background at all. I'm comfortable with camera and like speaking to people. I enjoy that stuff, but the technical stuff
I
is
think
very
I
difficult
think
for me.
I agree with Jay. Well, probably you, if you were like to spend some time with it, you probably run the node.
Hmm.
But one thing is like it's different things running a node than run a validator. I think so.
Hmm.
And and if you think like what Polkashu is doing and many others, National, DAO, etc., uh, and the whole Orcrex system and infrastructure and all this stuff is really tricky. It's not like
Hmm.
it's not running like a binary on a Raspberry Pi.
Hmm.
It's actually a DevOps thing. It's like you actually imagine it or not, believe it or not, but there is actually people that get paid to do this kind of stuff just for
Hmm.
a company, and there is like, yeah.
So LJ, yeah, I will try to learn at least a little bit. But also, yeah, like I guess running the node is first, but then there is upgrades and other stuff. And if I do something wrong during upgrade, I'm gonna get jailed, which is a horrible thing to happen.
Not
And
straight away, but
yeah.
yeah, if you could not solve the issue, and then that would be a problem, isn't it? Like
Mm-hmm.
there was this validator on Evmos. I won't say the name, but basically it clearly is very new. He managed to open the node, and you could see him spamming the channel for very basic stuff like how to claim rewards,
Oh wow.
I don't know, how to stake rewards, or what is this error means and stuff like that. And it was like was very trivial. And even after some validators trying to explain him what the issue was, I think was Crossnet uh, or Bros and Bros. So they were like trying to explain him what the issue was. He was still not getting it. So it's like clearly he could not run a validator, and for because he was like offering so much to the delegators, people were delegating with him, and he
Do you know
actually
what
got to
was
the.
this validator, or maybe it's private, so I don't know if it's
Yeah, I don't want to mention names. It's probably. Yeah, as being a validator, I don't really want to attack the other validators
Mm-hmm.
publicly like that. So, like, there is no point. I think I just want to be when I'm saying stuff like this. It's not like I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
enforce the idea that delegators should be actually looking up for their validators and trying to see
Mm-hmm.
what they are doing. He's just not running a node. He's more than that. He's actually being able to and capable of signing blocks, etc. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
this validator, there was a time there was like a missing, I don't know, probably 80% of the signing blocks, but because he was signing one or two blocks, it was fine and was not being jailed. And I don't know, it's just too bad, I think. And it's bad for the chain as well, because if a validator can like compete with the others, and propose blocks, etc., is going to deteriorate the chains as well. So I do agree with Jacob on that. I think if you are
Yeah,
a validator, you should have some commitments, and you should actually buy or rent a server that actually
yeah. I was.
can do his work on the on chain. It's not like you are playing games and you can push the things.
Mhm.
Like I don't care what the minimum requirements are. I just want to play the game. So it's
Yeah,
not really the same thing. So if you don't meet the minimum requirements, you're going to actually be causing more
yeah.
problems than you are solving. So
I was asking because I know there is. Have you ever heard of the project called Hex? So
I think I heard
it
about it,
it has
but
bad reputation. It's kind of it's many people say it's scam or Ponzi or stuff. It's not about. I don't want to dive into it, but there was one guy who approached me for the. He discovered Evmos because he got airdrop and he sold it to his community. Hey, here's the airdrop. And I know he even said like I also start the validator now and I'm bringing people. So I wonder if this is like just some guy, maybe it was like him who discovered it and doesn't know anything about Cosmos and just like I'm doing this, right? Because it's money. So
there is a couple of them. So there is a couple of them that are just the promise of giving
mhm,
NFTs because apes were successful. They are basically copying their marketing,
mhm,
and you see people like delegating to him.
mhm,
And I think one of the validators that were actually very vocal was Whisper Node. He saw like a lot of delegations that was delegated to him being redelegated these people,
oh wow.
and there are different types of validators. So Whisper node can actually maintain the node, and they are very beneficial to Cosmos because they are very vocal and they are
Mhm.
trying to promote bring new value to the Cosmos. And then you have like this NFT project that does nothing.
Yeah,
It's just like but it's fine because like everyone is delegating to him
yeah.
because yeah.
uh
So
I
that's bad.
Yeah, there is few this like really good like whisper nodes is one of the good ones. So I think these people would be like really annoyed with like, because yeah, if you want to be in good hands, go to whisper nodes, polka true, right, notional, um and quite a few others, ecostake, right? But I'm checking because as you don't want to mention, I know there is one. Ooh, so high, stake like Mo on Evmos. uh, I
Hmm.
wouldn't delegate to him. I just want to say to people,
That's the Twitter.
I don't say anything. I just wouldn't. I know he has the guy who helps him, so maybe he's not the troubling one, but just don't. I saw he now like offering the tokens for delegating to him and doing snapshots. That's weak. That's no value. The tokens will have no intrinsic value. You don't have to. So, but I guess there are worse ones than so. Yeah, like Whisper, no, Ted Crypto, good one. Chill validation, right? And you are below of some of these influencers, like which is, well, I'm
Because
influencer, but
I don't have a skin in the game. So yeah, but
yeah, sometimes you have to be brutal. But going back to my situation, right? Because you use is the same company that you use for my node and your node
so sorry.
is the same company that you use for my node and your node.
Yeah, it's the same one. So it's
So
OVH
so if they have problem, do you think both servers would collapse, mine and yours, or not necessarily?
and many more. I know for a fact that Imperator.co also has servers there on the OVH. We are talking
Yeah,
about I don't know, a multi-million data center company. So if they go
yeah, but
down, a lot of projects are going to go down as well. So it's like,
but I'm
is it,
saying
can you even imagine going? I don't think it's possible.
it's the problem because you run kind of two nodes in one data
Hmm.
center, so this comes down, two nodes go down, right? So some people would argue, I shouldn't say this because I'm funding my own validator, like, which is
Yeah,
crazy. I'm just trying
but
to
again,
understand.
it would be when you're talking about bringing down a server, you also talking about, because these data centers also has redundancy, so they would like, if your node goes down there, it's going to spin somewhere else, and you also have a window to open your node again. So let's say
Yeah.
that, I don't know, OVH gets attacked brutally, and the nodes are going down, yours and mine. So we would have like, I don't know, probably on average like 20 hours to spin the node somewhere else before we get to jail. So what I mean is, as long as you have monitoring, as long as you are aware, as long as you are participant, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure, your node goes down, you don't sign blocks, you have 20 hours. That's plenty of time. I just need like even less than 1 hour just to spin into two nodes. So,
Yeah.
and we would go into OVH, we'll go into, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
Etzner, or I don't know, Contab, or some other, like, I don't know, other service provider. And if that was not possible, I would even put it on my machine, or for now, and or
Mm-hmm.
even on my NAS or something like that. So
Mm-hmm. I wonder because I had someone approaching me and they use there's company the domain um uh yeah, LJ saying always have a backup in a different
yeah,
data
that's true.
center.
That's
Yeah, like
that's 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 a good practice as well. Having
of
a
course
having
as
a having the node just ready to spin up on another data center.
hmm yeah, and
So
I
if
think
something happens, you just like,
as our financials would grow, of course, we will be adding these layers of protection, of course. But I
yeah,
want to say everyone like I don't make money, like those things will sure be taken care of. I'm not as rich as maybe some people would think I am. I'm not, right? Um,
come on, you ride
but
the horses.
I just act well, is that um someone said they use Namecheap, the domain naming service. They use data centers, so it's like like it would be very decentralized compare. So like I don't know, is the maybe idea that you can in the future for different nodes can use these other data centers, but I think they might be less reliable, right, than OVH.
I think I don't know. To be honest, from my experience, OVH has been like amazing, more than amazing. Uh, every time that I have like Comdex, for example, is one of the validators that I'm validating on, but just on the
Mm-hmm.
I'm on inactive set. Actually, I'm not even promoting it, but I'm actually very participant, more participant than some of the validators that don't vote
Oh,
at all. But
so yeah, like delegate to Ted Crypto on
no, no,
Comdex if
not
you
not for
want.
now. Nah,
Okay.
because I'm not like I'm not promoting, and if I'm not going to the
Okay.
active set, then you guys are probably going
Yeah.
to delegate, and not getting any rewards from that. So for now, unless we got support on Comdex from other validators, like we did with Onevmus. So I actually spoke with Fabian from France, and I know him from, and he knows me, and he knows how committed I am with the whole thing, and that's why, like, sure, we trust you with our 5,000 tokens, because we know that you won't let the validator go down, and has been
Mm-hmm.
so since like 2 months now, or 1 month since something, and yeah, so on Comdex, for example, the binary, I don't know why, but the binary is acting a little strange and sometimes brings the server down.
Mm-hmm.
The actually binary is bringing the server down.
Mm-hmm.
I actually spoke with the car team, and I tried to debug the issue, but I couldn't. Actually, it's a lot more stable now, now that I think of. I don't think I've been getting notifications about it going down, but basically, it was bringing the server down, and I would receive an email from OVH saying the server was collapsed. The team was notified, and then 5 minutes later, the team went to the server, did the analyze, everything is fine. Server was restarted. So
Mm-hmm.
in it, like even less than even less of an hour. So again, I'm very happy with the LVH. But again, I do agree with Jay. Ideally, validators would have like backups on different data centers. Ideally, you would like have some signers servers that would be just signed blocks, and so the nodes below would like communicate with this signer and would sign the block. Could have like plenty of them. If you one went down, there would have another one signing. And yeah, there is plenty of. Again, it's just not. It's not as simple as running a node. It's more than that. So
Do you know if Polka use their own storage, or they rent it?
I don't know. I think for now, I would imagine only National is running their node uh, at
There
home.
is Rhino, I think Lavender 5. People in the comments can say, but I saw Rhino use, and there is more and more. Nos Node. Uh, there's
Oh,
actually quite a lot, quite a lot. I actually I was in this group, Bare Metal Alliance. There was a lot of people. But I did left because I have offended someone and decided to leave myself. Uh,
of course it did.
but it was okay. I just knew, like, I swore, so I thought, oh, I shouldn't stay in the group. um yeah, Rhino just joined after I left, but I was there as the influencer in case of someone would speak. Very nice group, like, so
Yeah.
I
So
Mhm.
on that, I would not feel comfortable running it because I think in Portugal right now I don't think the services they provide would allow me to do stuff like that. I could give it a try. I'm actually buying a server. I just bought the parts. I'm gonna build the server next week, and I'm gonna use that server for relaying purposes. So
Mhm.
that is something that I want to add a value as a on Cosmos was be like being a relayer as well. So on the IBC, and so yeah, that is going to be like an attempt to me. Yeah, it's really
That's the
cool.
Rhino, right? That looks impressive, I guess. It
Yeah,
looks
if
it looks more impressive than the notional one. I don't know what's the difference, but it does look more impressive.
I think it is actually a server rack that he got there, so that's very
Hmm.
nice. So I actually have like a rig machine on Ethereum and stuff like that. So I know the
Hmm.
problems that having a server at home would bring, and the heat, um,
Yeah.
like the cabin that you should put the servers on. You would probably need the AC as well if it's going to get too warm, and in Portugal it gets too warm. And backup energy, backup connections, internet connections, and again, like with the small validators as myself, that would be
Hmm.
unimaginable to start like that. But eventually, is going in that direction. Yeah.
But let's say I want to speculate about. Are you okay to relocate for this sort of
No.
reasons one day, or
No.
you Portugal, you're home, you're not leaving?
Yeah, I have a lot of family here. So you actually just
Yeah,
saw a photo of me of my and my kid and etc. So
yeah, yeah.
my we I'm very family attached so and I'm
So
very religious on the
Portugal.
weekends. You see, like on weekends, don't I won't do
Yeah,
anything
like,
because
reaching you on the weekend is I feel bad
it's
every time I
family.
would message you in the weekend,
No,
but
it's fine because I'm available and if like if a note goes down etc. I always have laptop with me.
yeah,
But usually I'm always traveling, going meet my in-laws or
yeah.
my moms and my fathers. So yeah,
So okay,
I don't
Portugal
think
it is.
I will move for crypto, but I would eventually. I don't know if it would get that big, I would probably hire someone from somewhere that could actually look for the servers physically because after that I can always go into a virtual private network. I could connect to the servers if I need to, and we are talking like it's a easy thing to do, but it's like on a many months and years in the future if
But
everything
that's
goes well with
exactly
that
what I'm
crypto.
asking. If you will grow financially successful, I'm talking 50K a month. Let's go 200K a month. Okay, let's.
Mhm.
Would you then, like, at home is noisy? rent another building, which would be your data center, put um, solar panels on the roof, batteries at home in case of the uh, problems with the power, and make this location as your data center. Would is this like, if is this in the plans or no? Are you comfortable with the?
Yeah, if I'm gonna earn 200K a month, that is going to be easy for me to do that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. So
I
this
don't
is
think
the plan. Like, do you have it in plans that you would actually
I
commit to
didn't even
this?
start thinking that ahead. Uh,
Okay.
I would probably put it like for now I'm gonna have the relayer at home, probably on my mom's place because it's quite a big space. I
Mm-hmm.
actually have like a server cabinet already there set up for
Mm-hmm.
my rigs. It doesn't have an AC right now. Probably needs to again because I can see like the Ethereum machines like all the time
Mm-hmm.
screaming because it's too
Yeah.
hot. I
Yeah.
actually have that fans on that division. Is an outside division, so it's very techy. Sometimes I should take some photos and show you guys around. But basically, it's like a data center, but it's a closet. It's very small, and
It.
I have that the
Mm-hmm.
rig there, so etc. So in theory, in the future, I would like start like moving the relayer into that division, put the AC on, uh, grab myself some solar panels I already actually have been studying and trying to get some what do you say? It's not budget. It's like those papers that are actually
Mm-hmm.
codes. It's the codes for how much it's going to cost to set up all that stuff. And yeah, eventually we'll get there.
Yeah. That's good because like I want to say also because about running my own node. Look, if I'm financially successful, more likely probably it won't be me at home. Like I will actually hire someone, and that will be like under the company because I would probably legalize that and register this. And if you were to do it in Portugal, is it comfortable tax wise or not
Yeah, it's
really?
free. It's not, right now is a even
But I
the tax
heard
even.
someone saying like it's not that Portugal is tax heaven for crypto, it's that it's not regulated,
Yeah, it's not regulated.
which is the difference because my friend was like
Sometimes,
actually
yeah,
going there trying to, and the accountants told him it's not exactly like this, so he didn't go to Portugal. So it's not that, you know.
yeah. So basically, companies actually need to justify the profits that you take from the tokens
Hmm.
is actually taken in consideration. So
Yeah.
it would go into your taxes reports as a company,
Hmm.
but as an individual, no, that doesn't happen. And
Hmm.
and yeah, there's no regulation for now. It doesn't mean there's not going to be a regulation in a 1 year time or
Yeah.
2 years time. So
Hmm.
there's something
Hmm.
that needs to take a look at. I guess that's why France went to Switzerland, wasn't it?
Switzerland, yeah.
I think
But
it
I
was
don't know because they
because
operate
Fabian is living here in Portugal. He's living in Lisbon.
because even if you register in Switzerland, I'm not sure about the tax laws. But then if
Yeah,
you
me neither.
operate in Portugal, you still actually pay taxes in Portugal, but you pay like no taxes or something on the in Switzerland, because if you don't operate in Switzerland, that's not, or something like this. But as the person, or at least you would have to pay taxes on as the person, but your company under registration in Switzerland would be different. But I'm not sure what's the, if there's really that big of the
Yeah,
benefit, you know.
usually is going to be everything is going to be associated with the company, not with
Yeah.
the individual. So, for example, if Fabian was going to live here, he would pay the taxes here because he was like a tax resident in Portugal. The
Yes.
company would pay him the salary, would be responsible to deduct the taxes himself,
Mm-hmm.
and or Fabian could open a company as well and invoice his own company in Switzerland. That could
Okay.
also be a possibility. And
Mhm.
obviously, all the taxes related to crypto and the company
Mhm.
would be handled on Switzerland. It would not be handled here in Portugal.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, but even so, like I know some countries have these local taxes. So if you registered somewhere else but you operate in their land, you actually pay in there. So like it's not sure how it's in Portugal, but
No,
like
not in. No, it
yeah,
doesn't work like that. So
okay.
I have my own company here in Portugal for my
Mm-hmm,
work. I basically have a client in UK, and I'm basically sending them invoices, and I'm being paid here, and I do the taxes here. But
mm-hmm,
I basically send them an invoice, and they pay me for the service that I provide,
mm-hmm,
and then I'm responsible for the tax that I do here.
mm-hmm.
So I would
Yeah,
imagine, so they don't have to deal with any taxation,
yeah, but
etc.,
your
because I'm living
company is
here.
in Portugal and you operate from Portugal, so that's
Yeah.
kind
So
of
if my company was, let's put the other way around. So imagine that I was living in UK, and I was have had my company in Portugal.
mm-hmm,
So I would pay the stuff from company would be paid in
yeah,
Portugal. I wouldn't pay in
yeah, yeah.
UK because my company
Mm-hmm,
was from Portugal. So
mm-hmm.
all the
Because,
taxation and etc. is passing
yeah,
through Portugal. It's not like UK. So,
because for example, Hong Kong, which is like Hong Kong has local tax laws. So if you register a company in Hong Kong,
mhm.
but you do the business outside of Hong Kong, like let's say you don't pay tax in Hong Kong, but you might be eligible for taxes locally if this is the like business, like probably hotels, right? Hotels, the local operations always pay taxes locally, but on the main income that go to the company in Hong Kong would be zero, because you know Hong Kong, if your company is outside, is zero taxes. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's the boring
When
tax stuff.
when it comes to finance, I'm not I'm not the best
Yeah.
person.
Last thing, you said, I don't know if you can officially say that you got into partnership with
Yeah, no, it's not official, so don't say it.
okay, okay, then I
Yeah.
hope we mhm,
So basically, yeah, I've been talking with a couple of people. One of those people we are very close to make a partnership, and he's very well known on Cosmos, and he's very strong. So so I think would help Ted Crypto, and
yeah.
he would actually add a lot of value to Ted Crypto and to everyone else and to Cosmos, etc. And he's also very eager to participate on Ted Crypto because it's going to bring. Um,
How big
I
share
think
he's gonna get?
he's the same. Is the same. So yeah, I'm very fair when it comes to that. So he's going to be
Oh,
splitted in three parts.
too
Done disapproves.
too much, too
But
much.
you are doing that with me.
It's different, but like you do all the job, like that's right. So I mean,
Now
but
I can
yeah, but you are right. It removes, and there's even like the rap song in Polish. It's like, if we share in half. Like that's that's the right partnership, was when you share in half. Like that's like, don't that's only thing that is fair. So I get that. Like but I was thinking, because you already started it, right? It's already running. So this is new person coming.
Yeah. So no, but
Mhm,
it's going to be like until till now, it's going to be split by me and my cousin, my friend that is also investing on that crypto as
mhm.
me. And from the moment on or onwards, is going to be split by these new people,
So
by this
the
new person that is going
additional
to join.
new incomes will be
Split in
spread.
three
Yeah,
parts.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So this way I get. I thought, it's just
No, it's very fair.
from.
Everything is fair
Yeah,
for everyone.
yeah. So it's correctly done. Which next networks you are gonna try on?
That's a very good question. I don't know. Actually, Leonor from just pinged me yesterday on Discord with a shame that he needs help from validators. Is
Which chain
I
it
think I
is?
can say I think I can say the chain name. So is cannabis related?
Kana is
Uh,
Bitkana?
no, is
Oh,
some other.
um,
Let me see. Is chronic token.
never heard of this.
Maybe LJS. See?
Yeah.
I knew that.
That's me.
I'm taking.
Chronic. Okay.
Yeah, Chronic. I think Chronic needs some help with validators. Leonor just asked me if I could help
Mm-hmm.
them. I'm considering, probably I will, because again, I just want to add value and help out. So if a chain comes actually to me, that's very cool. I actually very
Yeah.
appreciate
Oh,
Leonor for bringing it to me.
what do you do, LJ? I'm curious because I know you from Twitter. You have this Bitcana thumbnail, the NFT, but I actually don't know if you validator or
He seems to be a validator. I mean,
yeah.
his questions were very validate related.
Yeah, I'm not into cannabis, so I wouldn't. I think cannabis is great as the recreation, but nothing
Yeah,
beyond that.
me neither, but
Yeah, because
maybe.
because there is a lot of the discussion about medical use, and I'm quite like I'm very like I would say down to earth. So I'm like there was tons of studies already done on cannabis, and most of like if not all, it just doesn't work for certain issues. They tested that, so that's why it's not approved, right? So yeah, validator. Anyway, I'm not gonna keep you much more. In less than 2 hours, I'm gonna have interview with Nomik, which is like really cool. I'm so excited about Nomik. Um, did you see your satoshis that you make?
Yeah,
Are you
just a
excited?
very small bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
small, but
a little bit. Yeah.
if if that
I
would
think
be
I
like
think I think the project is good. Can be amazing. It's like bringing BTC to Cosmos, so that's definitely very good.
you said, it's written from the scratch. It's not Cosmos SDK, right? It's written from the scratch. Everything. Yeah,
As I
that's
understood,
amazing.
even from the other interviews from Matt, I think it's Matt, his name, Matt.
I watched
Um,
Cryptocito. There was interview
yeah,
there.
I think it was Cryptocito the interview that I saw, and he basically, I think they were working on with the Cosmos SDK.
Matt, I'm
Uh,
gonna speak with Matt today.
see, he's Matt, and
Hmm.
I think they used to work on Cosmos SDK before, so they actually know the all the uh, core designs and codes, etc. So, and I think they are bringing Cosmos SDK to Rust. So they are refactoring because I think they love Rust language,
Hmm.
and they are refactoring it to and remove the Go a bit. So it's really I find it really interesting, and
Yeah,
but it's definitely a lot of work, and it's going to be another SDK to maintain. So it's going to need a lot of adoption and support from the community as well.
hmm,
Because Cosmos SDK is like has a massive community now working on the SDK, and yeah, they're like participating and offering code and features for free.
yeah.
So, and Matt will eventually need that kind of support. So, and that's why it's so slow development right now on Nomic. So that's why they are taking like little steps every time. If it was like picking up Cosmos SDK, probably they would already have a chain working. But it's taking a little bit more
Do you
time. But
know why? Why would they start from the scratch? Is it for security
I think they
issues
just
or
love Rust.
okay?
It's like I did that Interchain Development Academy, um, and I actually need to hand out my exams for the last bits.
Hmm.
But the whole thing was so easy and was so prefabricated on the sense that you just need to run some commands and it would like generate all those files for you.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it was not very interesting for me because I actually went there with the ideas that I would actually learn Go
Hmm.
as well. So like teaching all the files were being created, where should be created, the best practices on all that stuff. And all they told me to do was just run this command that creates all these massive files. And then
Yeah.
you just need to change this line here and here, and that's not good. Uh, so yeah, so I'm very happy that they actually took the Cosmos SDK and they are re-implementing it on Rust. If they are comfortable with Rust, I imagine that it would be a lot more simpler for them to maintain and to create new features
Hmm.
and create like a very unique thing for Bitcoin and for that project. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very good. So it's like the same with Lotto. So I created on PHP. Right now, I can basically do everything because I'm very comfortable with PHP. It was made by me from the ground zero. So any idea that I have, any feature that I have in mind would be super easy for me to implement. On the Twitter bot, I'm hoping to have some time today to bring price into it, so people will be able to have crypto boat price and then the token, and it will say like, oh, Evmos is £2 and something right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
if you are a
I
developer
think
and you,
I think they might drive a lot of value from this yield bearing, like yield, because if there will be like big adoption of that, and a lot of fees will be paid out, then it increase the adoption of the nomic and interest of people, because I think they might have the first mover advantage if nothing comes before they fully launch. There is no other option, right? And all IBC will be open to them with like bridging the Bitcoin to IBC. I think now there's rapid Bitcoin, but people doesn't seem to be too keen on that. Like, I'm not sure why. And because of it's centralized or KYC, I'm not sure, but it seems the nomic will be the first that people will actually enjoy bridging. You know. Um,
yeah,
okay, Josh. I think we covered everything for now. We'll do maybe every now and then updates. So thank you for your time. I wasted like quite a lot of your time, I guess.
no, it's fine. It's a
Um,
pleasure.
So thank you for sharing everything. Thank you for sharing the validator knowledge, because that's really nice approach. Not everyone is able to explain things in this easy manner. For example, like I have it with Jacob. Like Jacob is great validator, I guess. He can't explain it at all. Like he just can't. Like I wouldn't learn
Yeah,
from him, but yeah.
yeah. I
Um,
think I think from the technical part is like when especially developers is like I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to explain things, and maybe because Jacob is like is native on English and etc. Is
mhm.
their native language. It's probably I don't know, probably hard to and
Yeah.
explains the things in a more like in a very technical way, and it's like hard to follow up, I guess. But because English
Mhm.
is not my native
The,
language, it's my second language. I probably feel more comfortable like explaining it in like
and for
uh,
me make it more understandable, I guess that's the.
yeah.
Okay, thank you for this, thank you for sharing everything. Now I let you go to work on your stuff more, and learn more about Cosmos as well. So
Cool.
thanks again, take care.
Thank you everyone. Bye bye.